Ahoy there, shipmates. Johnny Ray back again with another one of my all-time favorite knots. This one's actually a bend. It's called the anchor bend, and I'm going to show you my variation of it, actually a couple of variations of it. This is hands down the best way, other than an eye splice with a thimble and a shackle, that you could ever connect an anchor to either, or connect a line to either a chain or an anchor. It is hands down the best. This is a knot that they've discovered ancient Greek galleys on occasion. They found their anchors and they had some of the old tarred ropes still intact, and that's the knot that they were using back thousands of years ago. This is the way to attach an anchor. It's proven. There is nothing better other than, like I said, an eye splice, but I really like this bend. So, start this one by passing it through the ring, through again, and then you pass it across and through. And I'm just going to migrate this down a little bit. There's a couple of different ways to tie it. This is the one you'll see in most books, and they pull it tight. And actually, on its own, that is not going anywhere. That's enough right there. But a lot of people like to put an extra hitch in it, and this is the way it shows most books. It's not really necessary, and I find the hitch will work loose, but the actual anchor bend is not going anywhere. It's very solid. And again, with an anchor especially, I would want at least, this is only a 4-inch tail, but it's because it's 3/8 line. You want at least a 6-inch tail on an anchor line. You don't want that to migrate off. But this just locks in like a rock. It does not come apart super easily, as you can see. And this is slippery line, and it holds that well in it. It's just a fantastic trick. The other way, this is the way I tend to use it, is unless I splice it into the main line, which is my preferred method. I like to tie it just a little bit loose, this part, and then what I'll do up above, and I've given myself too much line here, I'll take her back just a little bit. Is I'll take her like this. But again, I like to leave it a little bit loose so it doesn't chafe as badly. It tends to relax a little bit, and then you just simply make a loop in a line, and I'm just tying off with an ordinary bowline. But what I do, as shown in my previous video, I take the tuck in the back here, so it keeps that right out of line, and right there. That's an incredibly good way to hook to an anchor. And you want to, like I said, leave it a little bit loose so it doesn't chafe. And, you know, people say, well, an anchor bend will chafe eventually. Well, sure it will. But the thing is, every time before you heave the anchor over the side, you check this to make sure it's not chafed. If it's chafed, then you just hack off the line and then move it down and tie it again. But this way, I have never lost an anchor using this, ever. And I've, as you've seen in my previous reports, I've been on boats that lost anchors, but they were not using this. That is hands down best way to tie on an anchor. It works for any kind of ring or shackle as well. And again, you can, my favorite way if it's going to be permanent is I like to splice it into the main line, which you can't really do with this braided. But if it's twisted rope, I splice it in with a nice tapered splice. It looks real seaman-like, and it lasts for years. So there you have it, my favorite way to tie on an anchor. Once again, I wish you all calm seas, a pleasant voyage, and a mermaid in every port.